Yes.
Mike held his hand out, and the mystical sword zapped into his hands. I won't allow you to torment my people. That's what I've been saying, Terry Connick. That's what I've been saying. It is worse than Twilight. I don't know how that's possible, but it is. Do you think I care? Screamed Glico. Haven't you learned anything, O great king? I am the Annihilator. Oh, wait. I don't know why I fricked up the voice. It doesn't matter. They're all the same. They're all awful. And yeah, it's all caps. He drew up to his full height and pointed a clawed finger at his newest agent of death. Kill! Bloodfang leapt forward with great power, twisting and writhing in the air, as if he were merely a puppet held together by string. He dove at me with a razor-toothed mouth wide open, attempting to swallow me whole. I quickly jumped to the side as the great beast's massive jaws clamped shut over where I had just been. Taste this foul abomination! Dragon Energy Ball! A massive orange ball of energy formed in my hands, and I threw it right into the creature's It howled and leapt backwards in pain, snarling its one good eye glared evilly at me. The eye that I had hit with my attack was black and dripping with some kind of dark purplish goo. Blinko raced to my side and helped me to my feet. Are you all right? I'm fine, Blinko. Look out! The creature had recovered from my eye-crushing blow and snapped out with its jaws right toward Blinko. I don't think so, monster! The beast's mouth closed around Blinko's chest, attempting to bite him in half. Shatter. Shatter.
Floating there.
The world went silent. Even Blinko paused his wicked cackling and looked down at his beast. What are you waiting for? Kill him! Rip him to shreds! Destroy him! But the beast would not continue its assault. Gingerly, he lifted his mouth away from Blinko. Blinko watched in horror as Bloodfang's teeth slowly fell out one by one. Did you really think that you would be able to defeat me so easily? Or at all, my twisted half-brother? Blinko hurled himself forward and punched the beast in the face. It felt like a ton of bricks. I'm surprised at you. I'm surprised that you thought such a mediocre beast could defeat me. You failed, Blinko. Just like you will always fail. Just like you will forever fail. Just like this story fails. Blinko snarled at him. I won't fail much longer, you degenerate. This universe will bow to my power. Remember, this was only for fun. If I had really been planning on destroying you at this moment, it would have chosen a more powerful being. This one was evil enough, but it didn't have my power or good looks.
You what, mate?
Mike snorted venomously. Good looks. You must be joking. I've seen better monsters in a horror movie. Now end this. Rah! Actually says raw.
Actually is raw. Okay.
He charged at Blinko with his sword and swiped its razor blade at his neck, or rather where his neck was. Before the ancient blade could sever him, Blinko vanished, cackling wildly. No, not again, Mike fell to his knees. He got away again, coward! You attack my country and vanish without retribution. You won't get away with this. You won't. Except when he totally did. The silence as we re-entered the throne room was deafening. The council sat with Lunaria as they discussed the damage that had been wrought by Blinko and his monstrosity. Luckily, there had not been many fatalities. But the damage rendered was still severe. It will take much time to repair the city. I am glad the death toll is not greater, but I must ask, why it happened in the first place? We did nothing to deserve this. Where did that creature come from? And is it a sign of more dangerous things to come? The leader of the council looked to Lunaria with wise eyes. Lunaria sighed. I do not know. This should have been such a happy day. We were getting a new king. Rogue was finally defeated forever. For such a calamity to befall us now must surely be a sign of the gods. Mike placed a hand on her shoulder and sat down beside her. No, Lunaria, that isn't it. I'm afraid we are partially the reason that Lobosia was attacked. You see, the creature came here looking for us. His name is Blinko. It is still not clear to me how he found us here, but rest assured we will do something about it. He stood and addressed the rest of the council. I'm afraid that we must leave. I and my brothers have some unfinished business left on Earth, namely the one that attacked today. He is our enemy too. As your king, I will ensure that no more harm will befall this great kingdom because of me." The council nodded in agreement. "You have our full support, my liege. Come and go as you please, but never forget your duties as king here. May your wisdom and love guide us all into the moonlight." Okay. Lunaria smiled and handed a small crystal rose to Mike. Its fragile petals glittered in the light. "This is a special rose that you must carry with you at all times. If you are holding it, you only need to think of me, and we will never be apart. Think of me, my love, and cherish all of our moments together."
Okay.
Mike took the rose and hugged Lunaria tightly. "If you ever need anything, I will be here for you in a second. Do not worry, my darling. Trust in our love, and our love will trust in us." "Are you ready, Mike?" said Blinko. "If you are, I can have us home in a heartbeat, because I can do anything, except when the plot calls for it. But I will only will if you are ready." Mike held Lunaria's hands for a moment, and they stared into each other's eyes. "Go, Michael. This is silly. We can see each other anytime we wish. You are needed on Earth." Mike nodded. "Yes."
Mm.
Oh, God.
Oh. Oh.
Ugh. Theodore was sleeping his comfort. Oh, wait. Mike nodded. Yes, you're absolutely right, my dear. Let her rip, Blinko. Let's go home." Theodore was sleeping as comfortably as he could in the cage he was imprisoned in. His captors had not provided him with a blanket or any sort of pillow. Monsters! When he had asked about this, Rinker had merely kicked his cage and said blankets were wasted on someone that was going to die anyway. Sniffling, Theodore rested his head on the cold metal floor of the cage. So he looked over at his kitten friend in the cage next to his. Somehow he had found a way to sleep. Just as these thoughts came into his head, he heard the lock of it on his cage snap open, and two rough hands reached in and yanked him out forcefully. "It's time, young one," said the gnarled voice of Blackthorn as he carried the young tune away. "It's time for you to meet your maker. Blinko has expressly requested that you be his next guest." He chuckled darkly and stopped to open a large metal door. Inside was a dark, fungus-covered cavern with a pod in the center. At first he thought the pod was empty, but as Blackthorn dragged him closer, it began to drain and creak open. The figure that had stepped out made him cry out loud. He had black fur and blood-red eyes. It was something out of his darkest nightmares, and he looked strangely familiar. Bliko's eyes flashed. Well, I can't read. Bliko's eyes flashed as he looked at his newest victim. "You can go now, Blackthorn, and leave the door open. It won't matter much. If he tried to escape, he would be dead before he took his second step." Blackthorn left the room quickly. Bliko turned his gaze once more to the toonling before him. Theodore stumbled backward in a panic to get away from the beast before him. "It won't do you any good. I hope you know that you're nothing to me. I am Bliko, the devourer of Toon's souls, and you look just the right size for a snack." He started toward Theodore, and that would have been the end of him then and there if it weren't for one thing. In the free-floating expanse of the universe, there is an unusual gas. This gas has gone undetected for millennia, mainly because it has no scent and cannot be seen by the normal eye. In many tunes, however, it has the unusual effect of making them sing.
What? What?
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
We're really doing this. This is gonna be a thing. Oh, okay then. All right, I see.
especially true with tuned villains. Something about the negative energy within them makes the gas especially potent in wicked beings.
What?
I hope this isn't how they defeat Biko or whatever the name is Biko now. Evan.
As luck would have it, a rather large cloud of gas was passing through the atmosphere at this time and slammed right into Bleeko.
Oh boy!
He grabbed Theodore and pulled him close to his face, growling savagely at him. A tune began playing through the walls. You blink and then you're dead. The sand beneath bleeds red. Such a crying shame. Now who could be to blame? You blink and then you're dead, torn asunder thread by thread.
Oh my gosh.
Seeing.
Laughing maniacally, Bleeko spun around and slammed a spiked mallet down into the floor inches from Theodore's feet.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I can't read this next part.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
You what, mate?
Cap that because I can't read.
Alright, hold on, let me pull it up. Got it. Evan, what the? Oh, hold on, guys. We're getting this copy pasted for you. Don't worry. What the?
Ow. Oh god. Possibly.
That's not something to be proud of, Evan.
Tackled Theodore to the floor, pinning him down with his arms and legs. The poor frightened dude struggled to escape from the monster. Bleeko gritted a mouthful of razor-sharp fangs. You're not laughing, boy. Why aren't you laughing? Theodore could feel the villain's body pressing uncomfortably down on him, his hot breath stinking in the young coon's face. Such a clever lad, such a delicious boy. Going to escape now? You're nothing but a toy. You blink and then you're dead. Whoop, there goes your head. Bleeko pretended to swipe at the tune's neck with his claw, but he held back at the last moment and merely grazed him. His eyes flashed wickedly as he stood up, holding Theodore by the neck. Your soul is mine tonight, to sate my vicious appetite. You blink and then, what boy? Finish it! Theodore shook with fear, barely able to speak with the villain's fists clenched around his throat. I'm dead. Theodore's eyes filled with tears. A small crystal-like voice fell from his lips. You are fear and hate incarnate. You are madness at its height. This much I understand. That is why we'll always fight.
And it's just got worse.
You are living, breathing chaos. My nightmares come to life. The anger in your eyes is rife. Bleeko frowned at him. Do you know who I am, you brat? Theodore avoided his gaze. Yes, I do. I thought you looked familiar the moment I laid eyes on you. You're the one that laid waste to my city. All of those poor souls destroyed in a second. How could a soul as black as yours exist? Oh, no. I'm sorry. How could something as evil as you have been allowed to be animated? You're a demon through and through. Bleeko's fanged smile widened, and elsewhere a baby cried.
Dear.
Flattery will get you nowhere. He lowered his head and licked Theodore's neck with greasy black tongue.
What?
Theodore closed his eyes, tears welling down his cheeks as a lustful growl came from Bleeko's parted
Oh
lips.
my gosh.
Absolutely delicious. You're a delicacy I wish to savor, young one. Blackthorn! Blackthorn raced, stumbling back into the room. Yes, master? Bleeko threw Theodore at him. Take the brat back to his cage. I'm not ready to devour his soul just yet. I had too much fun playing with it.
I want to savor this moment.
Know this boy, this is your last night on earth. Tomorrow I will suck the very soul from your bones. Now take the brat away. Theodore whimpered again as he was tossed back into his cage. He had been planning an escape for some time. Now he realized that it would have to be tonight. He didn't want to think about what Bleeko would do, but he knew it would be a far worse fate than simple death. We arrived back in the apartment in a flash. Everything was just as we had left it, including... Well, I was wondering when you guys were going to get back home, Mr. Hero guys.
You're all terrible.
Dell appeared in front of us and looked comically stern with her hands on her hips. I've been going crazy here. Why didn't you ever communicate or tell me that you were all right? I didn't know if you were hurt or what. I chuckled a bit. Sorry, Dell. I guess we were so busy with Mike becoming king and all, we had a lot to do. Sorry. And hang on, I gotta be a minute.
Okay.
Oh, good. Oh my God. Why? And the worst part is that it's only like half over. There's like a whole other half of this trash waiting for us. But don't worry, I'm sure the laughing gas is going to kill Blico for us. And then Blanco will be the savior of the universe. Maybe Blanco can be like... Suddenly this... Suddenly, the smell of onions wafts over Blinko. Blinko couldn't see the source of them, but it was unmistakable what it was. Blinko ran as fast as he could, but it was all for naught that his time was ogre. He rounded a corner and ran into his new ogre lord. At this point, he knew the futility of his situation and bent over to be Shrektually pleasured.
Oh dear.
And then Evan made everything worse. Oh. Why? I don't even... You know it's bad when Evan's, like, photo shoots end up being very significant. I can't even. I don't... But don't worry, guys. They know drama.
Oh my gosh, I love you guys. Anyway. Dell sighed. Well, at least you're home now. Things have been getting worse here. A silly ink newspaper materialized in her hands. Ink City is in an uproar. Every day it seems that another tune goes missing. It's positively baffling. The authorities think they have a serial eraser on their hands.
Oh my god.
There hasn't been one of those in Ink City since the old days of black and white tunes. Blinko frowned. I know. I've read all about that particular incident. They never did find the assailant in those crimes either. They sure found his victims, though, rubbed out with his worst enemy, an eraser. That was then, though, and this is now. I have a feeling that our old friend Bliko is the one behind these. To be fair, again, like I said, I only bought it... Well, actually, I bought it because, again, I was going to try and spin crap into gold a little bit myself, but I also mostly bought it for the lulz. No, that would be a complex concept that the author has no grasp of, unfortunately. No. Unfortunately. Remember, tunes are either completely evil or completely good, and there's no middle ground except for Blinko, because he is a god.
Blinko chopper, Blinko chopper.
Remember, on Lobosia, I felt it whenever he absorbed an innocent. Do you think it's time to call the League back together, Blinko? We should make sure that they know about all of this. I thought about what might happen if Blinko ever attacked our base. Frowning at the thought, I realized that we had to see about installing some major security equipment. Yep. Yes. Blinko seemed to be talking from far away, his voice distant. Yes, I think we should. Tonight. Now. The sooner the better. Oh, but Blinko, we just got here, I started in, but stopped when I caught Blinko's... Yes. I stopped when I caught Blinko's eye. I realized that it would be better not to disturb him now. Did he mean to put Blinko? Did he... Did he... There was... Okay, I don't... Did the author typo? Because it says Blinko there, but did he
When
mean...
hasn't the author typoed?
I don't know. Is this Blinko? I think he meant Blinko, but... Hang on, let What did Evan do now? Oh my god. We flew to the Fortress of Might on the moon. What we didn't expect to see was the entire league standing outside in their pajamas. What on Labosia is going on here? Exclaimed Mike in surprise. Why are you all just standing out here, and why are you all in your pajamas? Matt glowered at Clyde. Well, to answer your first question, Clyde set off his experimental stink bombs in the fortress. We had to retreat in a panic because the smell was horrendous. It wasn't me, I'm telling you, Clyde stomped his foot and glowered back at Matt. I was going to set off stink bombs today, but somebody stole my stuff. You gotta believe me. Yeah, but I don't think he has referred to somebody as another somebody before. Like that's like we're getting into new levels of the author did not read this. But although that's not really a surprise, so I don't know why. Matt just snorted and shook his head. The boy is out of control, said Julian. Something must be done about him. You know, he stole my favorite piece of yarn. I used to like batting it back and forth, you know, for fun. I am a cat, you know. Cats have needs.
Oh my gosh.
And I know it's like, you know, you can believe it, but... Oh, blah, blah, blah. Are you still going on about that stupid piece of string? I used it to tie up a package I was sending. What's the big deal? Clyde shrugged his shoulders and stroked Julian backward along his back, making him cringe. Don't do that. For one thing, I don't like being touched, especially by you. For another, that is not the proper way to pet a cat. Don't pet me. It makes me feel self-conscious. What the crap is going on now? This has reached a new level of what the hell is going on here.
Oh.
Whatever, kitty. Don't make me spray you with water again. Clyde tried to grab Julian's tail, but I grabbed the boy's arm. Clyde, this is one of the worst things you've done yet. It's going to take forever to air this base out. What do you have to say for yourself? How many times do I have to tell you? I didn't set off those stupid stink bombs, Clyde grumbled and crossed his arms. If you don't believe me, put me under a lie detector. Our lie detector is in the base, Clyde. Midnight grabbed his ear. How can we put you under a lie detector if... Under a lie detector? What? He's telling the truth, I said suddenly. Even I don't know why I said it. Maybe it was something in Clyde's eyes. Heaven knows he'd never exactly been honest with us. I know, right? No scope. I know. It's what I've been saying. It's incredible that humanity has even singularly stooped to a lower level, but it did. It did. It broke ground. Tunneling, drilling, whatever, to down into the deep depths of hell. I don't know.
Sorry, sucks.
Heaven knows he'd never exactly been honest with us before, but something told me that Clyde had not set those bombs off. He is right, my boy. The dragon spirit in my head echoed loudly. It might have been his intention to do it, but he never did. He felt a strange pang of his conscience and decided that this might be too wrong of him. Search his pockets, warrior. You will find the evidence you require. Clyde, let me see in your pockets. No way, man. That's my personal business. He tried to walk away, but I couldn't. This story is not about me. Why? Oh my god. If you want to prove that you're innocent, do it, I ordered firmly. Clyde scowled and hesitated, but finally turned his pockets inside out. A packet filled with small, devilish stink bombs fell to the ground. See, I didn't use them, I promise. He looked at me with pleading eyes, begging for belief. I looked at his face and saw his innocence. He didn't do it, guys. I believe him. Matt shook his head and groaned. But if he didn't, then who did? None of us would have. You guys weren't even here.